going for the Keystone pipeline because we think that it'll be good for America and make jobs, and it's a lot safer than like having other oil barges and stuff coming from across the country, because then it won't spill in the water. And if the pipeline's well maintained, it'll be safer. It'll help the economic growth of the small towns, and just a lot of reasons why we think that we should build the Keystone pipeline.
Okay, girls, your opening statement.
Okay, we are against the Keystone Pipeline, and the Keystone Pipeline, despite its promises, will ultimately be bad for America.
Okay. All right. First argument.
Us?
Yep.
You have to walk up there?
For arguments, you do it at the podium.
I'll do one.
Oh, wait.
Whichever one you're going to do.
Let's see here. Well, I think we need the Keystone pipeline here because we need some more jobs in this America, in this country here. Right now, the kind of, what's it called? Yeah, the unemployment line, yeah, pretty big, you know, what we're saying here. These jobs should bring around 20,000 jobs for all the construction workers that'll work there and put the pipeline up, you know what I'm saying? And we'll also have a bunch of people for the big dogs. Big dogs will be making some more money, and we'll keep the money here in America for the jobs in America, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Yeah, that's about it.
Do you need time?
Yeah.
Okay, rebuttal.
Despite big promises by TransCanada, the jobs are only temporary. They're just construction jobs, and it'll only amount to about 6,500, and those will only last for the amount of time that the pipeline is being built. And the amount of permanent jobs is only in the hundreds. It's not even thousands. But plus, any of the jobs that are being created, there are other jobs that are being lost in renewable energy resource research. So you're actually losing more jobs in America than you are creating.
Yeah. There's just as many due to lack of funding as you do for making jobs, because what's going to happen in a few months when they're unemployed?
Okay, girls, your first argument.
We don't get a Oh, we had some.
Our first argument is that the pipeline is bad for the environment. The oil used, that would be mined and everything up in Canada is tar sand oil, which is 82% dirtier than any other oil in the world. And it is also more corrosive, so it's harsher on the pipeline, on anything that you use it for. And the tar sand oil releases extreme amounts of carbon dioxide, which is one of the main causes of global warming. And up near Canada, the ice and everything is already melting too fast, so it would just be really bad for the earth. And to build a pipeline, you would have to cut down over 4 million hectares of Canada's boreal forest, and you would have to go through different parts of America that are technically preserved wildlife areas.
So are we rebutting that one?
Yeah.
Is that, what was that, like, transport and cleanup, I guess?
You don't have to stand up.
Well, the pipeline is safer. There was the BP oil spill. That wasn't a pipeline, that was like an oil rig. But it covered more than 3,000 square miles. They had to shut down 8,000 miles of fishing. It was banned. It killed billions of marine life, and numbers like they still are calculating. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
That sounded like.
Okay, shut up. What Sam was trying to say is that the oil rig made a big mess,
Right.
and the pipeline won't have spills like that because those people will be maintaining it, so the environment will be safe because it'll all be in this big metal pipe that's welded up real nice, because all the people have jobs. There'll be people that have jobs to maintain it, lots of maintained jobs.
And then the
And
one
they won't have
refineries.
jobs.
Yeah,
anymore.
it's going to be safe and clean. You're welcome, Sam. We're done.
All right.
Okay, argument
That was horrible.
argument number 2.
The
Transportation costs of oil are the main reason gas is so expensive. Everybody hates high gas prices, right?
Yep.
There you go. Thanks, you two guys. Well, with pipelines coming from our neighbor Canada, refineries in the U.S., the cost would be a lot cheaper than bringing it from places like the Middle East. So don't have to be shipped all the way over here. Just come right in the great United States of America. Here we go. All right.
Ready?
Okay. The barrel price of oil is gonna go down, but the gas prices are gonna go up, or gonna ultimately go up another 20 cents or so, according to studies, so. Opposite.
It's because of the oil that the Trans-Canada will be transporting here through the Keystone pipeline is actually going to be used in the US.
That's good.
So we'll still have to import oil from different countries.
Why?
And pay to export it.
Yeah.
You need my neighbor.
All right, our second argument, the pipeline could rupture. If the pipeline ruptures, it could pollute the Missouri and Niobrara rivers, the Ogallala Aquifer, the Carrier-Wilcox Aquifer in Texas, sage-grouse habitats, and fisheries. The first Keystone pipeline that was built in Alaska was projected to have one oil spill in 7 years, but it had 12 spills in 1 year. Plus, you're transporting tar sands oil, like we said earlier, and since it's corrosive, it's even more likely that there's going to be a rupture. So.
Guys want to rebuttal?
Yeah, I've got that one. All right, on the new, on newer pipelines, they've got so many gaskets, valves in the pipeline, that if they're sitting on their little computer in the office, they can see every single point and know what pressure should be in the pipeline. So if there's a leak, within minutes, they'll be able to shut it down and stop it. So there might only be a few hundred gallons spilled instead of bringing it over on a ship where you end up with that.
Which
So
is 2
the
years
chance
later.
of a chance of a big spill is extremely slim.
Ooh, even small spills are not good, but yeah. We could just have no, we could have no spills at all.
Third argument?
From what, importing it?
Hmm?
From
But
importing
it's
it?
a lot better than spilling it in
Just,
the ocean.
we'll get to it. Just
Whoops.
hold on to your britches.
Yeah.
Third argument, boys?
You got it. Lots. Take those.
It's, the fact that it's abundant, there's a lot of it, the supply would go way up, the amount of oil we could get from Canada will make us one of the top oil exports in the world.
Like you said, one of the top oil
That would be Colin's
exports,
favorite.
which means we're not even gonna be using it, which was one of your other arguments. So you kind of contradicted yourself.
I don't like
We
your
still
statement.
make, we still make money off of it, Emily.
I don't appreciate your comment.
But then we have to buy it back, so we probably lose more money
I don't
than
like
we
your
make.
snide remarks.
Probably.
That's what debates are.
No, enough through my way.
Okay, girls, you ready for your third argument?
Okay, like we were saying, the gas prices are gonna go up, and this is especially worse for farmers, because farmers who spend about 12.4 billion in fuel would actually end up spending 15 billion in a couple of years if the pipeline were to go through. And Midwest refineries will not get cheap Canadian crude oil, and the U.S. would have to buy more expensive oil from the Middle East. So.
Any rebuttal to the comment, boys?
We forgot to listen to that one.
So I'll take that as a no?
No.
Okay.
We kind of busy.
And your last argument?
I think we're about out of argument.
No, don't
I
say
think
that.
we're just gonna end up repeating ourselves.
Alright, we'll just, I'll like it.
Which one's
Alright, economic benefits for small towns. While the pipeline is being built, and after that, the people that the pipeline has land on, they'll get paid a commission for having the pipeline go through the land. The small towns will have all the construction workers eating there, people staying in their hotels. It'll be a lot of, it's expected that it'll, increase the total of, I don't know how to explain this, 20 billion, from all the small towns, it'll increase their economy. So,
Okay. Any rebuttal?
You talked about the construction workers would be going into eating there. That'll only be for a couple of years though. What happens in the long run when the construction workers don't go and eat in those towns?
Well, there's still people that have to maintain the pipeline.
But that's very few.
And there'll
Like
be,
five,
and there'll be
yeah,
all the
five.
maybe 2 every
No,
5
no, no,
miles,
no, 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 no,
or
no, no,
10.
There'll be all the little
You
stations.
said they have the machines.
Yeah,
So
the
we don't
machines
need
are
that.
so you
They
don't
gotta
need
have people that run the computers, they gotta have people that work on the computers, they gotta have people to feed the people that work on the computers.
All 5 of them.
Despite what
I'm really hungry.
Emily said.
That was good, that was good.
Okay, fourth argument, girls.
Oh my god, I'm arguing too fast.
This is the last one.
Yeah, I'm done.
Our fourth argument is we could save just as much money by creating clean renewable energy as
That's not a
letting the pipeline go through. Because if we're trying to get more renewable energy resources, then we'll give more people jobs because we'll have to have more people researching, more people building wind turbines, more people researching solar panels and how to make them better. You just have more and more people than building the pipeline once and maintaining it once every couple of years.
But, if there's no wind, there's no wind energy. If the dam breaks, then there's no hydroelectric energy. You gotta have oil to make coal, don't you?
And for all that reason. No?
That's also
Not so much. Okay, this is, you gotta have oil to run the machines that mine the coal.
There you go.
Yeah, see?
That would be a nice thing.
And then
but-
we're gonna run out of oil.
and coal.
And the
Those boys
pipeline-
have wind
And then we're
and sun and water.
But you have to
Well, then what
have
are you gonna
service
build your dam
pickups.
with?
Who maintains the wind energy things?
I just
People that
think,
drive pickups that run on oil. Gotta have the pipeline.
but we didn't say one
It's over,
source of
give the
renewable
table, it's
energy.
over.
I'm
We
done.
use ethanol to power those, so
America.
it's more than one, you gotta implement more than one thing, we're just talking about one at a time. We're just saying that this is a step in the wrong direction, if we know that it's unavoidable, that we're gonna have to switch to a different source of energy soon enough, then why would we start building this now? And in a couple of years, we're gonna be like, oh crap, now we're out of oil, what do we do? And we haven't implemented any plan towards working towards a new source of energy, and we'll be screwed.
We'll cross
To say
that
the
bridge.
least.
We'll cross that bridge.
That
when
bridge
we
a
come
few
to
years
it.
out.
Okay, we're ready for our closing arguments?
Cross that bridge when we come to it.
Oh,
Um,
there first.
Boys, you have the first closing argument.
Oh, gosh.
Written down.
Good luck, Sam.
We'll wait here.
The Keystone pipeline is only good. We'll be less dependent on other countries, safer transport, and it won't cause some huge oil spills. That could change the food chain like the one in the Gulf Coast did. We could save money and create jobs for the future generation.
Girls?
Our country is addicted to oil. We've reached a point where all the fossil fuels we once had easy access to have been used up. In order to continue using fossil fuels, we have to resort to extreme energy and tear apart our earth even more. We've been warned time and time again that we need to seek alternative sources of energy. Building the Keystone pipeline is a step in the wrong direction. So here's your intervention, America. End our addiction.
Way to go, Sam.
That was intense.